I am here. I could not get out to the arena, or you wouldn't be able to hear me. And there was a lot to cover today, guys. So I'll go quickly. But there was a lot going on behind the scenes. First and foremost, Cam Johnson, you guys, entered this game probable on the injury report with right ankle inflammation. He left the game with right ankle soreness. When he left that game early, he went right back to the X-ray room. So Cam Johnson did get an X-ray today. I have not heard anything about results. Came back into the locker room in his slides, no wrap or ice or anything like that, but also no comment from Cam today about the state of his ankle. I will tell you, he looked just frankly despondent in the Nuggets locker room today for one reason or another.
Well, toughen up, buck up, Buttercup. It's sports.
Maybe it's the result of the X-ray. I don't know, right? I'll do my
could be.
best to find out the answer to that. But he certainly looked frustrated in there. Honestly, frustrated is not the word. Despondent is the word. We did hear from David Adelman, who took a different tone tonight, you guys. Very hesitant to really drop the hammer on the players through the media all season long. Tonight, he wasted no time. I asked about that second quarter. He said to me that was the game. He called the first 2 minutes of that second quarter unacceptable. And I'll paraphrase a bit here, but he basically said he's going to have to go find guys who will go out and do it, who will go out and compete at a higher level if it's not that group. If that quote sounds familiar to you guys, sounded very familiar to me, sounding a lot like his predecessor as he called out the second unit. He'd go on to say that this is the second game in a row now where it's happened and that it can't happen in that high level of a game. And so it's getting to the point, and it got to the point tonight where he felt like he needed one of Jamal or Jokic on the floor at the same time. He said, it's not what I want to do. I want to play them together, but right now it's just not working with that bench, and it's unacceptable. And he said he's willing to explore to go find some lineups that will make it work. He was a little more defensive of the group later, saying he does think they've been very competitive all season long, especially through the injuries. But right now they need more from everybody, David Adelman said. We also spoke with Jamal Murray, who conceded really that there are some struggles at home and in the clutch, and that there's a little bit of concern, and that it's uncharacteristic. But ultimately, Jamal was explicit in saying he's still excited to see what this group can do when they get healthy. He still believes that there's a team in there that can really, that's worth being excited about. We also heard from Jokic, who slightly disagreed with David Adelman's comments about the second quarter. He said, yeah, but we had the rest of the game to win it from there, and we didn't. He felt like the defense was good at times tonight, but there were untimely moments where they just stopped, right? They weren't competitive enough. And those were those Wolves runs that Jokic feels like really cost them the game. He told me his body feels great. He said it's probably he said, my body feels great. I'm in good shape. It's about back to where it was before the injury. So there's that. But he was not as excited about Jamal, or at least explicitly so, about the possibilities. I asked, do you think you have enough time left to put it all together and find the best versions of yourself? He said, hopefully. And later there was a question about how excited he is, about how excited he is about this group getting back together. And the longer version was essentially a version of we will see. So Jokic in one of those reflective moments. It's certainly one of those periods in the season. But yeah, just quick recap. David Adelman finally dropped the hammer tonight. Cam Johnson got an X-ray, did not look thrilled. Nikola Jokic, I think. Oh, actually, one more quote for you guys from Jokic on leadership. He said, look, I'm just not going to talk every day. I'm not going to talk every time. If I see something that I really think will help us, I will point it out in a game. But yeah, he basically said, look, I'm not going to get up there and say something every time. So that's it from Jokic. That's it from Murray. That's it from Ball Arena, where Nuggets fans left early, disappointed once again.
Once again, man, what a bummer Ball Arena has been this year for us. Good stuff, Yoke. We'll see you later.
All right, gentlemen.